What is up, YouTube? If you don't already know, it's me here and I'm back. Welcome back to another vlog of Mikey Pennington. That's me. I'm getting ready to start my workout right now. I'm about to do a little bit of yoga and then I'm gonna show you guys how I cook my meals. And I'm gonna do that because a lot of times, like, I tell people what I eat, like whether it's at work or it's at anywhere, people just ask me sometimes what kind of food I eat. Now I'm gonna actually record it for you guys so you guys can see exactly how I make my food, what I'm putting in it. Stick around if you guys wanna check the process out of the food that I make for the days that I work out. Right now, since this quarantine started, I have been doing a lot of DDPY, and that's this right here. This one right here is 4 DVDs, and it has all these different workouts that are on here. A friend of mine let me borrow the DVDs like right before the quarantine started. He told me about it. You know, he had also lost a lot of weight, and I believe that this is what he did to lose weight along with other stuff as well. So like, it used to be called DDP Yoga, but he actually changed the name to DDPY because it's not just yoga. So there is a lot of yoga infused in it. There's a lot of yoga poses and a lot of yoga stretches. But this is also like, there's like push-ups, there's muscle stuff. So you're actually getting stronger. You're not just doing yoga, you're strengthening and rebuilding muscles, ligaments, and tendons. I have like a knee injury. My right knee is like pretty messed up. I think it's partly due because, you know, I used to weigh over 300 pounds. I think the first injury that I actually got on my knee was when I was like around like 14, I'd say. And some of my friends were like wrestling around or whatever, and I remember we were on the cement and I was doing like some stupid wrestling move or something like that, and I just dropped straight to my knees. Ever since then, this knee has been messed up. And since I weighed so much, I also have a history of like sprained ankles, and like, I think I've just messed up my knee other times before. Fast forward like 10 years later, I was drinking and I was at a party with my friends, and I was trying to hardcore dance because like, I've always wanted to just be like, I've always wanted to get in a pit and just like start hardcore dancing, but I just never had the courage to actually just get out there and do it. So I practiced a little bit at home, you know, like in my room or just anywhere that I could practice. I would practice and I would watch videos of hardcore dancing and I would just try to do it. My drunk ass at a party, I think we were playing like A Day to Remember song or something like that in some random living room in Marysville at some party. I was trying to hardcore dance in the living room. I think that's like a song too, by the way. I think that's like a Chodo song or something like that. No hardcore dancing in the living room. And now I understand why you don't want to hardcore dance in the living room, because I did it and I fucked my knee up. I was trying to hit a dirty two-step and I landed on my right knee, and you know, I weighed a lot of weight. I probably like in the 300s around that time. Landed on my knee and I just fell to the floor. My friends were all trying to tell me to get up, but I literally, every time I would try, if I just put weight on it, it would collapse. Like, I literally cannot put any weight on my knee. It would just like fall forward. I don't know. I do not go to the hospital unless I absolutely have to go to the hospital. And when this happened, I really truly thought that there was something like devastating going on with my knee, like a big injury. Like, it had to have been broken or something. I don't even know what it could be, but I just knew that it was something bad. So that night I ended up going to the hospital. I still couldn't put no weight on it, man. It would just, every single time I would put weight, it would just collapse. I literally could not put weight on it. I went to the hospital, stayed there all night just for them to take some x-rays and tell me that there was nothing wrong. I think I walked out of there with like a little brace, but ever since then, my knee has just never been the same. So with the injury from a kid and just a series of, and you know, just being overweight and injuries when playing like basketball, I remember every single time. I was pretty good at basketball when I was younger, like in middle school. I thought I was pretty good. I remember specifically I'd have my grandpa knew when lunch was, so I told him to come watch me because I thought I was hella good at basketball. I did sprain my ankle many times while playing. I've watched all the transformations of DDPY. I've watched so many videos of DDPY. Even Diamond Dallas Page himself has like knee injuries, and like, he couldn't even like bend his knee all the way or anything either. Whenever I don't exercise at all, I'm able to do everything. Like, my knee is fine. It's been so long since I haven't exercised, so I never want to stop exercising. Since I've started doing this yoga, I've built so much strength in my knees. I'm being able to do more. I'm being able to grab my knee. I'm being able to get on my knees and, you know, go back, and it's actually really, really working out. So I've only been doing it for, I'd say, like a month and a half. I had just barely started whenever my friend gave me the DVDs right before the quarantine. But even during that time, I had to go to work. And then after work, I would work out, and then my day is over. So I didn't really have too much time to do it. I don't have to work no more. I'm working from home. So I've been able to incorporate DDPY in all my workouts every single day, man, and I'm loving it. I would recommend this to anybody that wants to lose weight. What you'll see me doing in the video is like a little bit harder variations. I was in pretty good shape when I started doing it, so I was able to do the more like complicated moves, and I'm still not even perfect at those. The cool thing about DDPY is there's so many variations that literally anybody could do it. You'll see me doing stuff and don't look at it and be like, oh man, that looks hard, because I'm just doing it one way, but there's so many other ways that you could do it. Like if you can't do that, there's so many other things, and they show you right on the DVDs how to do it too. Anybody trying to lose weight, I would really, 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 really recommend picking up some DDPY, because I love it. And check it out on YouTube, watch the videos, watch the transformations. It's truly amazing, and literally anybody could do it. It's light on your joints. Like it's not like hurting my knee so bad. It's building up the strength in my knee. So definitely check it out. And I will show you guys a little bit of my workouts right now with the DDPY. All right, you guys, welcome to the kitchen. About to get started with my cooking. And this is honestly something that it takes a long time. I kind of dread doing it because every time I cook, it takes about 2 hours to do it. Right now it's 6:53. Whenever I do this, it is a little bit dreading, like I said, because it takes so long to do it. But in the long run, it saves me a lot of time throughout the week, so it's definitely worth it. After I got done with my workout, I put my rice in. So I got my rice right here, and that is 4 servings of rice. And these rice cookers are amazing. I've never had one before. I used to use just like a regular pot to make my rice, like one of these right here. And sometimes it would be good, sometimes it would be bad. But with a rice cooker, man, this thing just makes it good every single time. So I'm really, really happy that I got one of those. I'm gonna be making 8 meals, and I do 4 meals with rice, and then I do 4 meals with whole grain pasta. I used to do all 8 meals with just rice. Just wanted to change it up a little bit, and then ever since then, I just been doing half rice and half pasta. You know, and these are really good too, because you know, you got all your fiber in there. You got some protein in there. Got my water over here boiling. And then I'm gonna throw that in there. So I picked up a scale. I found this thing at the Salvation Army for $1.99. And this thing right here has literally changed my life and just changed the way I eat completely. If you guys have ever considered getting a scale to weigh your food and portion everything out, I highly recommend it. Scales are awesome. Like I said, this thing changed my life and the way I eat completely. So we're gonna go 8 ounces of this, which is 4 servings. And there is 8 servings per container. So we're just going for 4 ounces right here, which is half the box. You probably don't ever have to be exact, but I don't know. I just kind of like being exact. Got the water already boiling. So we're just gonna put that right in there. These peppers are kind of a hassle to cut up, but it really, really makes the meals like really, 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 really good. Like all these peppers in the food that I make makes the food amazing. So, you know, it's just a price you gotta pay to make it taste good. I'm gonna throw these on the stove right here. I'm doing so many different things whenever I'm making my meals that sometimes I forget, and I don't want to forget. So I just set timers for 5 minutes, and every 5 minutes I'll just check on everything that I'm doing to make sure if I'm cooking multiple things or whatever it might be, I'll set a timer for 5 minutes. That way I could kind of keep track and check everything, because sometimes I get carried away. With the pasta, I don't really have a specific way of doing it, but I'll just like throw some seasoning in there. So right now I'm just gonna put some garlic in there. I kind of do it a little bit different every single time I make the pasta, because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of like crazy seasonings and everything. I like it just fine, just plain, but just to add a little bit of something, I put the garlic in there. Next up, we got the rice. I'm a huge fan of Chipotle, so I like making the cilantro lime rice. I used to just use plain white rice, but I just decided to mix it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to try to make my own cilantro lime rice, and now I make it like this every time. So I got my limes and I got the cilantro, and let's cut this up. I'm not sure if this really makes a difference or not, but I just like squeezing these and pushing these and rolling these so they're a little softer and easier to squeeze out. I'm not sure if it really makes a difference or not, but I think it does. So another reason, or another thing that makes this rice cooker so much more convenient for me is, before when I would cook the rice in the pot, I would have to put it in another bowl, get another bowl all dirty, and then, you know, all that. So this right here, there's already a bowl that it's in, you know, so it makes it a lot easier, and it's just one less thing that I have to clean whenever I have to clean all this up. So we got the rice done. Tasting pretty good. So next we're gonna weigh this out. So I have 4 servings of rice right here. So I'm gonna get 4 containers, and I'm gonna spread it evenly between the 4. I love these containers right here. I picked these up on Black Friday at Walmart last year, and I absolutely love them. I have all these ones, and then I even have some extras, but I usually use the same 8 ones every single time. And I've had these, like I said, since Black Friday, so like almost a year, and there's like a little, like some cracks in some of them, but they hold up really nice. So I'm not exactly sure what brand these are or anything, but Walmart meal prep containers are the shit, man. These work really good. Let's get these peppers going. I actually turned them off already. You can see the steam coming right out of them. And I already turned them off, but they're gonna keep on cooking in here. I'm gonna keep the lid on. I'm just gonna mix them up a little bit. Also, I like, you know, I kind of make bigger pieces, And I like them a little smaller, so during this point, I'll kind of just start chopping them up like this. And the same exact thing that I did with the rice, I did with the pasta. So I got that spread out into 4 different containers. With these meals, I usually switch it up. Sometimes I'll do the rice with chicken. Sometimes I'll do it with ground beef. Sometimes I'll do it with ground turkey. Usually it's one of those 3 things. But I've found out that with the pasta, I don't really too much like it with the chicken in there. And the ground turkey is all right in there. But I found out that the best one for the pasta is actually ground beef. So I picked up this ground beef right here. I always go for the most lean ground beef that I could find. That's just what I like to eat. And usually I go to Walmart. I've never got this one from Food Max. So this is my first time using this one right here. Usually with the ones that I get from Walmart, I have enough to make my 4 meals. And then I have enough to make 4 hamburger patties, which are, you'll see after this, my sandwiches that I eat. Usually I'll eat a hamburger almost every day. Sometimes I'll do a chicken sandwich. Sometimes I'll do a hamburger. But I got a little funny video that I did the other day whenever I made my sandwich. So usually I'll have enough hamburger to make the patties as well. Today, I'm not exactly sure. And this has already taken longer than it usually does, so I probably will not make the hamburger patties today. But I'm gonna section this out into 4 different portions. I don't even know how many servings are in here, but it says the nutrition's inside. So let's find that out. So this has, okay, so it's the same as the other one that I get. 4 ounces is 1 serving. Usually I'll make these into little balls and I'll make them into little 4-ounce balls and I'll cook them individually. But I'm gonna try a little something new right now to save a little bit of time. And I'm just gonna cook 8 ounces all together and then I'll just kind of portion it out to my best ability. Just gonna cook it all at once. It's gonna save me a lot of time right there. 9 ounces right here. I'm going a little bit more just so you know. I usually like my meat to be 25 grams of protein in each meal. So it's 23 grams of protein for every 4 ounces. So I just put a little bit extra just to make it like an even 25 or at least close. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna get to the next part of the meals. And I'm gonna get my beans. The only thing that I don't cook myself are beans. Makes this long process even longer. Although I have had the beans before, like cooked, like homemade beans, and it is a lot better tasting, but I just get the canned ones because it saves me a lot of time. And when I do get these canned ones though, I get the no salt added because I know there's like all kind of sodium and stuff whenever you buy like canned things. And this one, it only has 10 grams of sodium per serving. And then I just rinse them off just to get all the stuff off them. I don't want them to be all like messy. With the hamburger and the pasta together, the way that I make it almost tastes like a even more bomb Hamburger Helper. I ain't had Hamburger Helper in like years, but this meal kind of reminds me of Hamburger Helper, but even better. I have plenty of hamburger left, but like I said, I don't want this to take too long, so I'm just gonna throw this in this little baggie and I'm gonna cook the hamburgers on another episode. So with the beans, I usually use them mostly for my rice bowls. Like I'll put a majority of the beans in the rice, but I do put a little bit in the pasta bowls as well. Just found out that I forgot to get the broccoli. Usually I'll put broccoli in the pasta bowls as well, but I did forget broccoli whenever I went to the store, so I'll probably be putting those in there tomorrow, whenever I can get broccoli. Most likely tomorrow I'll probably hit Walmart or somewhere and get some broccoli. For the rice is where most of the beans are gonna go. In here, I got, so let's see. So there's 3.5 servings per can of beans. So I got 8 meals, but like I said, I'm gonna put a majority of these inside of the rice. So I just get like a handful right there. Boom, put that in there. I like pinto beans a lot more than I like black beans, but I don't know. I just want both just to do it. Sometimes I'll just do pinto. Sometimes I'll just do black, but most of the time, if I got them, I'll do, you know, half pinto and half black. All right, up next, we're gonna start throwing some of these peppers in the meals. I'll usually do about 2 scoops each. I make a lot of peppers because, like I said, the peppers really make the meal. So I'll just usually put like a couple scoops in there. Or maybe I'll go 1 scoop first just to see how much I have afterwards, and then I'll kind of judge how much more I'm gonna put in each one. But I definitely love the peppers in these meals, and it really, really, really makes them really good. So these ones today, rice tastes pretty good with ground turkey. Really good with ground turkey. Right now I have some chicken that I made in the George Foreman grill, which I really do not like the George Foreman grill that much. I used to love it, and actually I still do love the way that it makes food taste, but it's such a hassle to clean up. Because you gotta clean the top and the bottom, and I feel like there's no way that you could like thoroughly clean the top without making a huge mess and it getting everywhere. So not a big fan of using the George Foreman grill too much anymore, and like I suspected, man, it was a mess yesterday whenever I had to clean that thing up. I used to make my chicken in a crock pot, and that was honestly the best because it shredded up very easily, which honestly I think I'm gonna start doing that again. I started baking it, and that's probably the quickest way to cook it, but it's also like kind of dry whenever you put it in the refrigerator. So I think I'm gonna start using the crock pot once again. But for these ones, I have some George Foreman grilled chicken, and I'm gonna use it for these. So these meals are basically done for the most part. That's what that's looking like. Next, I'm gonna add the chicken. And then over here, I got the ground beef right there. I'm gonna weigh that out and portion it. And that's those ones right there. The only difference that, like I said, that these ones don't have right now is I would chop up broccoli and put it in there. These ones I don't put broccoli in there. But these ones I do put broccoli in. So we're just gonna weigh out the chicken. We're gonna weigh out 4-ounce pieces of chicken, and we're gonna put 4 ounces in each meal. Like I said, I love the way the George Foreman cooks it. Like, I love how it's like, you know, kind of burnt and stuff. I love it so much, but I'm thinking that this is going to be really hard to chop up as well. Just like the baked chicken, whenever I put it in the refrigerator, it's kind of hard to shred up and put in here. So I actually end up making it into like little pieces, and it's not as good as whenever I could easily just shred the chicken up. But bam, this shit is gonna taste good. I already know. It tasted really good yesterday. I couldn't stop eating it actually. It's gonna repeat this process 4 more times and add our chicken in the bowls. Not the balls, the bowls. But we got them complete. And that is the final product for the chicken bowls. And then of course, once I'm actually gonna eat them, they're all mixed up and everything, and I will add one of my mini hot sauces. These are all my hot sauces right here. I will add one of those to each meal that I eat. And each one of these is packed with over 40 grams of protein. You know, we got like 3 grams of protein in the rice. The beans in here, we got some more protein right there. And for these ones over here, we got, you know, there's protein in the pasta. There's protein right here. So all of these have like over 40 grams of protein in them. 4 ounces of chicken is 25 grams of protein, but this is cooked chicken, so I'm pretty sure it's even more. So I'm not exactly sure on the details, but there is a lot of protein in these. Most of the time I'm eating these on the days that I'm working out. Those are the days it's most important for me to have these meals. I will sometimes eat them just like other times, like on the weekend, if I have enough and if I have the stuff to, or if I feel like cooking again, like later on. So I got 6.2 ounces of hamburger right here. So I'm gonna put about like, I think 1.5 in each container right now. Here are all my meals right here. This is 4 days worth of food right here. Not counting breakfast and the sandwich that I eat, but I eat 2 of these a day. So after my workout and then, you know, a couple hours later, I'll eat another one. So this is the final product right here. Like I said, all I need to do is make some broccoli to throw in these ones, but this is what I eat, and I've ate this way for quite some time now. These are really good to me, and it doesn't get old to me because, like I said, I change up the meats. You know, sometimes I'll do different combinations, and also I throw in a different hot sauce every time. So it just depends on what I'm feeling right there. I got all kind of hot sauces, and whatever I'm feeling in that moment is what kind of sauce I put in there to make it even better. Some sauces suck in certain things. Some sauces are better in other things. But this is what it looks like, man. It is 8:12. I started this at almost 7 o'clock. So actually I saved a lot of time by cooking all the hamburger at once. So I'm definitely going to start doing it that way from now on. There you have it. There's all of them. And someone's knocking on my door, so I gotta go answer that. They sound pissed. Okay, nobody was pissed, just the mail. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me make this food right here. Now I'm gonna enjoy one of these RX bars right here, which I just got a box of these recently. And they're pretty good, but god damn, these things are hard to chew, man. Like, I feel like I'm just... Every time, I've only had 2 of them. This is gonna be my 3rd one right here. But every time I'm chewing them, it's like, you know when you're eating beef jerky and it's so good, but you gotta chew and chew and chew and chew and chew. That's exactly what these things are right here. And man, let me know if you guys have had these. I don't know if I just got a bad box or if that's just how they are all the time. Let's see how this one is. This one's a blueberry one. First time trying this one. I got like a little box with like different ones in there. So let's see if this one's any different than the other ones. Oh, pretty good. But like I said, you just gotta chew these motherfuckers for days. There you guys have it. Let me know if you guys make something like this, or if this inspired you to make, like, you know, something like this at home. And if you do make it at home, let me know how it goes. I didn't invent this food, but you know, if I inspired you to make something like this, let me know and I'd love to hear about it.